Okay, pay absolutely no attention to what I did before. Because once again, I had the camera backwards. Oh, sorry about that. So if anybody did tune into the other one and heard me talking, you were just staring at the closet once again. I really need to decorate up that closet. So that when I do that, I can't believe I did that again. So for those who didn't see, because even if you were tuned into the live, you would not have seen this. Okay, I'm doing my flag transfer again. I'm doing it on a stretch canvas. I put a little something underneath to give it a little bit of extra bracing. And I'm going to put some wax on it because it's, sometimes the canvases are smoother, but this is pretty rough. Even though this has a lot of silk screen area. I'm not going to fuzz it for this, but I am going to put a little wax down. So we do have little small cans of wax, but I use it a lot for my porch layers and stuff, so I usually get like a bigger can at Lowe's usually. And I'm not like being perfect about it or anything. I'm just putting a little glob on, spreading it around. The idea is that it's going to fill in any deep holes, any deep flaws in the canvas. Oh, so hopefully this weekend I get to, when I put the wax on, I just go in both directions. Hopefully I get to start moving my craft room out to the garage, which will clean up this room. And I'm not sure what point I'm going to do that, but I'm thinking I'm going to do this flag. So I have a razor, my parents have a razor, the side-by-sides, UTVs. And I think he has a back windshield and a front windshield on his, but I think I can do this on the inside of his back windshield. And it won't come off if I do it in chalk. When he pressure washes it and stuff, he won't pressure wash the inside of the plexiglass window on his back that pops off. So I'm thinking it's going to stay. If he really likes it, I can always do an ink on the other side and then it'll be permanent. So I'm going to peel this off. So this is the second time I've used this. As you can hear, it peeled off. This is nice and sticky. I'm going to pop it on the canvas closer to the top so I can figure out something to put on the bottom. I'll come up with something. I'm just smoothing it on. This doesn't have too many areas that are sticky. The white areas that you can see here are mostly silk screen. Oops. So it is coming up a little bit on it just because it's not a level surface. As you can see, it's not really falling off there, but this little corner here was not sticky. For colors, I pulled out some shimmers, but I also pulled out some blues. So I have a blue and I have a blue shimmer, which is the glitter. I also have, because this is a white background, obviously I can't do white stripes, so I picked out my shimmer silver, so it's silver glitter, to do the other stripes in. And then I'm hoping I have enough of this red shimmer, so it's shimmer crimson. I'm hoping I have enough of it to do this. If not, I may have to like dip into my candy apple in order to finish it off. But, so that's where I start. And I'm going to start at the top and work my way down so that my arm's not sitting in paste as I go. And hopefully you can see this pretty well. And say hi if you stop better. Yeah, Melissa, did you see the first video? You heard me talking. But I did discover that this one that I had gotten, not only does it have 4th of July stuff on it, but I forgot that it had the canoe and fishing poles and a fish and stuff, so I can really decorate up my fishing rules one more, which is what I wanted to do anyways, because it's just looking a little plain. That and I have my other canvas one hanging out. So, that's, I can't believe I did that with the camera again. Backwards. Okay, so I'm going to go red, silver, red, silver, red, silver, red, blue. I'm going to start with the red first. And as you can see, it's getting pretty low. So I've had this one. I originally gotten this at Christmas time like last year. So it's over a year old now. Let's see if I can just, it's been laying on its side in a jar. So let's see, it's way older. It's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to put a little bit of, this is just a really old formula, so you don't usually need to add any water to it, especially the shimmers, but this is just laying on its side, and I haven't used it in a while because I only did minimal decorations at Christmas time. So, alright. There we go. It's coming back to life. So worst case scenario, your paste starts to dry out, you just add water to it. It's chalk. Literally, it's chalk. It's ground up. So I'm going to go ahead and start on one side and work my way over, and I already got it on my finger. Right. So, now I do notice that if I put a wax on too thick in some areas, sometimes it doesn't want, the paste doesn't want to stick to it. So if you are putting wax on, make sure you don't put it on too thick. Or that if you do, that you're really evening it out. Let's try. I am going to do pull and peel on this, which is where I do a section and then I lift it up so it can dry. That way that it doesn't dry in the silk screen. And I really don't think I'm going to have enough shimmer crimson to finish this off. So like I said, I'm going to be doing lots of the flags because I absolutely love it. So I'm going to try to put the flag. I'm going to put the flag on everything. I love how they worked the words into it. And I've got the t-shirt sitting on the chair behind me that I finished. I heat set last night, and I had done the front one night before that, and the back the very first night. And even the colors I used, being on a dark gray, worked out perfectly. So let's see. Some of this is a little dry in areas, so I'm just going to make sure I scoop it up nice and good. Close to the edge. Okay, I'm going to switch back and forth between colors because this is being a little difficult and keeping it flat on the stretch canvas. So I'm going to switch back and forth between the silver and the red. So hopefully the silver looks good on it. It looks good before when I did it on, so we have star cutouts. And I had done it on star cutouts before, at the end of last summer. And I'll dig those out again. So hopefully the silver looks nice. And of course I could have painted the canvas or done something on it. I mean, you can paint a canvas even with chalk paste. Just water it down, put it on. So I could have done that like in silver or something, and then chalked over it, and then even then the stars on this would have been silver. Whatever's on the bottom is what's going to come through. Just trying to go nice and even and spread it across. Can you guys see that? But yeah, you guys can see that. Sometimes I forget. If I miss your comment right away, I will see it afterwards. But if you're on, you can say hi and talk to me as I'm doing this. I'm not just talking to myself. Right. So there's some silver. I'm going to go ahead and grab my red again. And scoop that out. And I'm just going to work my way back across this way. So I'm putting it on a little thicker, and then I scrape the excess off and move it around. These stripes are pretty close together, so trying to be careful. On my shirt I did get a little white on the red area. It didn't hurt anything. If you are being really, really picky and you really like, I don't want my colors mixing, or some people have just done like all the stripes red on a white background, and then, but no, and the white isn't as thick as the red, the stripes. To each his own. I may have enough shimmer crimson to do this. I'm pretty sure I had bought an extra jar of it at home, but it's probably in my bin of jars for sale. I'm gonna have to look in there before I order some more. Shipping is going super fast on the website right now. So I ordered ink after my first live 3 nights ago, where I started doing the t-shirt, and I realized I had like hardly any white ink left. So I went on that night and I ordered white ink and red ink and blue ink, and I did some black too. But I went on and ordered ink, and it shipped like 24 hours later. They never ship that fast. It's faster than Amazon shipping. So Amazon's gotten a little slow with their shipping. I still have my Prime though, because I listen to the music on it at work, and then I have my Fire Stick at home, and I really don't. I got rid of cable because I was never here watching it. So if I ever were to start watching it again, I don't know. I figured I could just, for what, $200 in cable a month, so I just paid for my internet, and then if I want to watch a show, I can easily just buy it. And most of them you can see online for free, like a week or 2 after it comes out, so you can figure out if you like a show or not, so you can just buy the show. So I'm having to pay for a whole bunch of channels that I do not watch. Just seemed kind of silly. Although when we're working remotely from home, I got rid of my home phone because the only one who ever calls the home phone is telemarketers. So I got rid of it, and I got rid of it like right before COVID started. And then we were working remotely, so I got a Skype phone so I could call from my laptop, just because it was easier than using my cell phone. But now I have unlimited data on my cell phone. I was a little old school in that. If you guys don't know what that means we used to have to pay like horrendous fees for data. Every time you sent a text message, it was 10 cents a message. Just saying. So if people are like, why do you send me so many messages? Because you're probably talking to somebody who had to pay 10 cents per message that they were sending. Alright. So I'm going back and forth. You can kind of see the colors. I am going to pull up the bottom though. So I'll show you. I'm going to pull up the bottom 3 rows. Just because I don't want this drying in the silk screen. So I'm pulling up to here. I think it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'm just going to set it right back down. I'm not pushing it down hard or anything. I'm just setting it down there. Letting it filter on its own. And I did get a little bit on the edge here from my finger. Oh, okay. So I'm back to my red. It's the shimmer crimson that's making a mess. Yes, it's partly me. Alright, I'm going for a new squeegee. See if that helps me out. So I'm getting up to the smaller stripes so they're not as long. The nice thing about when I pull it up, you can see if there's any areas that look like they didn't stick or started to dry and got stuck in the silk screen. I want this to look nice and rustic, so if that does happen on something, not too worried about it. And I can seal and protect this and just spray it with basically like a glaze or polyurethane, depending on if it's going to be out in my porch area or in the house. A clear glaze works perfect on it. So, got this. Stir that off there. One more silver, and then I'll be done with my silver. And the last thing I'll do is the blue. I mean, I could have done a messy one too, I guess. I could have taken the red and the silver and kind of like swirl them around or overlap them. Could have even done like half of each stripe, different colors. I'll end up doing that at some point. But for right now, This is the only second time I've done the flag. And I'm doing it in all glitters. Alright, so that's the end of the silver glitter. Chuck my squeegee in the bin, seal it back up, and it is off to the side. Alright, so one more section of red, and then I'm done with this red. And I do still have some very little left, so I've got to figure out another plan for crimson. The next flag I'll do will just be like pure, not shimmer, but pure red and blue and white. Maybe silver and white. Because I do have Shimmer Frost, which is the white glitter. And of course you can mix colors together. Particularly if I wanted the red to be a little bit lighter color, I could have mixed like white with it, or even the white frost. Red's done. Oops. I successfully made a mess of it. Pop this back on here. And then I didn't need to dip into my candy apple. So I'm just going to get rid of that stir stick and toss it in there. So that's done as well. I have a whole bunch of reds and blues on my table right now. So I was going through and being like, which red do I want to do? I've got tons of different shades just of one color, which I love. Plus you can make other shades by just mixing colors together. Alright, so I'm going to do the blue, but I'm going to lift this up a little bit again. So I'm lifting the silver up. So you can see the rose. Pop it back down a little bit. And I'm actually going to lift up from this side so that these stripes that I just did don't stick down too much, but I don't want to lift up where the stars are yet. So you kind of get a glimpse of it. Love it. Now I just got to figure out what I'm going to put at the bottom of the canvas. And I have letters so I can customize anything. If I wanted to put a family name on it or something like that, or I mean, I'm a descendant of 7 from the Mayflower, so 7 people that were on the Mayflower. Although I believe Edward Doty is my favorite, because he caused trouble on the boat on the way over. He came over as servant and didn't want to. And then he was the first one to really get in trouble here on the mainland, and that's very Abner-like of him. So I equate the Dotys with the Abners. Just lots of things about his. I got the silver books, which go into like the depth of each family and just the different things in that line of the family, the line of family. Like there's a lot of similarities. Like so we haven't changed that much in 300 or so years, and we didn't travel too far. Because there's Abner's in Boston in the 1600s, and Boston's like 7-8 hours away. So in 400 years, we only made it about 8 hours across the United States. I just find that hilarious. Like, this is as far as we have traveled. I guess there's some families that are still there that didn't even travel as far as we did, so that's interesting too. Right. But I do family genealogy if anybody wants to get into that. I'll be adding something to my Etsy page. Once I get my Etsy page going, Mason keeps bugging me about it. Because he wants to use it too. Alright, got my blue glitter on. Ooh. The older jars have the seal for your protection, which I keep on, which just helps keeps the moisture into it. Alright, we're ready to take it off and put it in the bucket. Here's the full reveal. And it's all in glitter. So I'm going to put this face down in my bucket. And I'm going to pop this up for a second. So you guys can see that pretty well. Just going to set it here to the side. Pop this back over there that I was using to brace it. And just because I'm putting the flag in the water, but I want to submerge it. So I want the chalk paint, I want it to sit in the water for a minute or two So it really loosens up the chalk paste that's on there, because this chalk paste all had glitter in each color. And the glitter is what will really try to stick into the silkscreen. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to set that to the side. Here in my nice dirty little buckets. And, okay, let me put this back up for you guys. Okay. So here we go. So it just looks like it's a canvas, so it's meant to look rough. There's little texture things built in there. That's built in as part of the transfer. It's not quite the, oh, under the water. Get under the water. So, within a half an hour, this will be dry enough to the touch. So the wider the stripes are, the longer it's going to take it, because it starts drying on the outside and works its way in. So, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put there, but this is easy. I can easily add a hook to the back of this. I can even put tacks on the wall and hang it up like this. That's usually what I do. This is quick and easy. And then you can easily change it out. I was trying to think if there was anything underneath I wanted to put at the bottom. So if anybody has any ideas of what they'd like to see at the bottom, let me know. So the ones that came with it was like Forever. This was like Stars and Stripes Forever. It was one of them. And then we had Home of the Brave. And then, so the one I used on the front of the shirt had been Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness. That's not going to fit. I mean, I could do Life, Liberty, the Pursuit of Happiness. I guess I could do that across the bottom. I think that's what I'll try. Stick with that one, because I think the Stars and Stripes Forever is going to be too tall to sit on this. So if I line that up at the bottom, yeah, it's gonna come up and it's gonna hit the red. All those little fireworks are gonna hit up there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to take this and do it across the bottom while I've got that soaking in the water. And I can still, I don't know if you guys can see like that. You can see like the wetness in the chalk paste because it'll dry. All right. And for color, I guess I could just do, I could either do the blues, or I could just go with, I mean, I don't want to do silver and red because I've already got that there. I don't know if this is really going to fit. So Life, Liberty. Again, the Pursuit of, yeah, that's not going to fit. Darn it. Alright, I'm going to have to scratch that. I mean, I could always overlap the Home of the Brave afterwards. Hey, Lucy. I've got, let's see what else I've got here. So, this is my other ones where it's like Happy 4th of July. But even then, I would have had to put that at the front. That little fireworks. Alright, I may have to not put anything on there right now and think about what I want. Because I can be a little picky. So I'm going to go ahead and set this. See, where can you guys see this if I set this? You can kind of see it back here. Maybe not. But, well, I know if I put it here, you can see it because you can see my monitor. Alright. So I'm just going to clean my flag and I'll be done for the night. I got to figure out what I want to put at the bottom of that canvas. And I can always, I have chalk markers too. They actually write just like Sharpies. So I may end up doing something like that with it. Because I could always do the Adler family or customize it really with any family or anything. So, And no, I'm not putting Trump 2024 on it or anything like that. Although, I could probably do that. It'd probably sell pretty fast if I did that up here. Alright, so, put this down here, which again, it fits perfectly on this dish drying mat. But you can still see lots of stuff on it. I almost always will take a cloth and wipe off the thick chalk paste really quickly, just to get the bulk of it off. Some people use different erasers for the shimmer chalk paste because it's glittery, and once glitter gets on something, that's it. It will be there forever. So this transfer is going to have glitter on it forever and ever and ever. That's never going to go away. Well, I mean, it's going to go away, but it's not going to completely ever go away. There's always going to be some kind of glitter on it. So, lay this out. I could use a bigger towel to clean this. But, so you've seen me clean before. I'm just going to get the eraser wet. And I'm just wiping it clean. Wiping it right off. It's coming off around the eraser. And I'll do that across it. Both sides. And then I will spray it down with my fine mist sprayer. Just put some more water on it just so I can wipe it again. Just to get a good clean pass on it. So, this, I'm just hitting it again. This is a fine mist, which I kind of tried to show you the other night, like what the fine mist really is like. I absolutely love it. I do have an extra of most of supplies. Somebody needed one. But I really think they should take that fine mist sprayer and turn it into like a cleaning supply sprayer. It's that awesome. Maybe somebody does make one like that. I've just never seen one. But I could take craft supplies and turn them into cleaning supplies, because lots of people take cleaning supplies and turn them into craft supplies. Because what I'm cleaning this on right now is one of those little mats, like at the Dollar Tree. It goes under a dish drainer that soaks up water, because it soaks up water better than any of the craft stuff that I've found. That they're designed to clean it. They get wet like a towel, but this just soaks it right in. Awesome. Alright, so I've got more water. The back, I pushed it through, so I need to make sure I clean the back off nice and well. And I'll leave it out for the night to dry. You can use a Clorox wipe for it. It will help clean it up. This has got a lot of glitter on it, so I sprayed a lot of water on the table too. Sorry, it's really a fine mist. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off, try to get as much glitter as possible off. And I'll hold it up afterwards because I want to see that the silk screen is clear. I mean, there's not paste stuck in it, especially there's lots of little letters, the little corners where the fireworks are, and make sure that I get in between those small, tiny areas nice and clean. So that's why if you see me go over an area more than once, likely that's why I'm going over it, is I'm really trying to make sure that it's clean. I can still see glitter, but it's not the glitter I'm worried about so much as the chalk paste. So as you can see, I've got the little fireworks here, the little teeny lines, making sure that looks clean. The stars look clean. Even like the little Liberty stuff looks clean. All looks good. Alright, so I will set it out like this for tonight to the side so that it can dry. And the last few things that I need to do, this is just an old washcloth that's dirty because I've used it for lots of little projects. Last thing I have to do is just to clean out my little stir sticks. And I'll check to see if anybody asked any questions. And then I'll be done. Tomorrow, I do want to do the flag on a window at some point. If it's pouring rain like it might be tomorrow, I may wait till Sunday to do it. Unless I'm able to like start getting stuff down in my garage. We'll see. Might be making a trip to Hobby Lobby tomorrow, so stay tuned. Do I need more craft supplies? No, I do not need more craft supplies. Do I want more craft supplies? Yes. Is there something you have that you don't need any more of, like books or something, but you're still buying them, or tools? Video games, music, movies. Alright, this is the last little piece. if you got any questions, ask them real quick. I'll be signing off for the night. So these are just silicone, so they wipe off really easy. A lot of times you'll see me do a Clorox wipe with it. So I'll take that to the sink to dry off. And I got this for my hands. I'll double check this to see if there's any questions before I sign off for the night. There's my little flag. And no questions. Alright, so shouldn't face up here, face you guys. Alright, I'm signing off for the night. If you guys have any requests, let me know, post comments. If you're catching it on a replay, just post replay. And I will see you tomorrow sometime. Likely earlier in the day, unless I do go to Hobby Lobby, then it'll be later at night. Bye, guys.